Well, we're back. We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Another Monday. We got Neen Williams is here. Special guest. Neen Williams. Well, let me ask you a question. Is Neen your real name?
No, it's my nickname.
Oh, okay.
My real name's Eugene.
Oh.
And basically, my older sister couldn't pronounce my name, Eugene, like the full name, you know? So she called me Neen.
I could see that.
Yeah. So basically, my family, they called me Neen since I was born.
Okay.
So I actually don't think my mom has ever called me Eugene.
Even when she's mad at you.
Yeah.
Even when she's mad, she doesn't use your whole name.
I swear.
Wow.
Yeah, like I swear, like forever it's been Neen. So it's like, it even tricked me. Like, I think my name's Neen.
You think you're Neen? Yeah. You're like signing a check. You're like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, do you sign your name Neen?
No, because you'd have to get like an alias or some stuff from.
You'd have to like, right.
Yeah, but
changed.
Yeah, something like that.
That's the only time I see my name. My real name is like on paper, bills, all the good stuff in life.
I can't help to notice over here, Neen, you got something on the table. You know, it's kind of making
it looks kind of delicious.
It's kind of making my mouth water right now.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
I told my girlfriend that I was coming here today, and she made us a little surprise. She made you some cookies, actually.
9 Club cookies.
9 Club cookies.
Those are beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. She got the color, the Pantone right and everything. You know? How did she do
packaged
that?
It.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
She makes cookies for a living.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Yeah, she does like caters shows and stuff. You know?
Sick. Like what kind of shows? Like what?
Like Netflix shows and stuff like that.
TV.
You know, TV.
Oh,
yeah.
Like real catering, like shows.
And she does it all by herself too.
What?
Out of the house.
Out of the house.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in there and make some quinoa, something or other, like she's got the kitchen. You can't.
Yeah.
You
I have to
do
like take a time out for a second. You know?
Okay.
But yeah,
let's see
these will probably be the freshest cookies you've ever had because she made those like 2 hours ago.
Little Sparks cookies.
Yeah, Little Sparks cookies.
That's amazing.
Her Instagram name is Little Sparks
Cookies. I don't want to make our viewers jealous, but I have to try it.
Yeah, please.
I have to.
She'll be hyped.
I have to take a bite, you know.
Yeah, let us know what flavor it is.
Yeah, let me try to get.
Grab one too.
Let Chris go first.
Let me try to guess what flavor. Okay. I mean, it kind of looks like a vanilla chocolate, but you know. Hold on.
He's taking a bite.
Oh my God. Jesus, hold on. Time out. Time out.
I need a break.
Wow. Sorry, everybody.
You're really enjoying it, huh?
I mean, this is delicious.
Oh, those are fresh out the oven. Right
Okay,
there.
you don't have one right now.
Kelly, come. Everybody, Kelly.
You gotta bring this to Kelly.
Kelly, hobble over there. No, hobble over. You could. He's been walking around. He's been walking around all day. Neen, just he's more than capable.
Just
now.
throw it at him.
Wow,
this is good.
This is really good.
Really good.
This is really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Oh my God. Yeah, she's gnarly. She's really good. So she does it all by herself, and she's like very motivated. She kind of keeps me on track, you know, with like skating and life and stuff. You know,
but you don't eat.
No,
sugar or anything. Right?
No, I don't. She kind of gets bummed on that too.
Yeah, I was going to say
because
she doesn't have anybody to test it on.
No,
right.
Like maybe.
Well, if she needs me to come over, I will be the tester for sure.
I'll keep you in mind.
Yeah,
I got you. But yeah, enjoy. These are for you guys.
Thank you so much. There's three left. I'm going to take them home.
Oh yeah.
Fuck Roger Kelly. Oh man,
He's been gone in minutes.
Wow. Sorry, everybody. We normally eat on the show, but. This is special.
Yeah, this is a very, very rare occasion.
Rare and special occasion. I must say. Wow, thank you.
Yeah, you are.
Little Sparks cookies, huh? Now,
she have a website?
Yeah, can I order cookies online?
Yeah, she has a website.
Okay.
You can go to her Instagram too. She has her email there.
Yeah.
You just, talk to her, figure it out,
Wait.
all her business, her thing, you know.
No, but she doesn't have like pre-made like if I wanted to go on her website and order like a half a dozen cookies or a dozen cookies, like she doesn't.
Yeah, she'll do a dozen and a half a dozen, and it's all like
it's custom.
Yeah,
okay,
custom made. There
it's bespoke
That's what I was
cookies.
looking for.
Bespoke cookies.
Yeah,
right?
it's like, let's say you want your La Croix, you know.
Yeah.
She'll do a can of La Croix for you.
So she's an artist also.
Yeah.
These are gourmet designer cookies.
Yeah, very talented.
Man, you got a catch right there. Don't let
Thank
that
you.
one go.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, she's great.
How long you been together?
We've been together for like 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Any
Going
plans?
on probably 4 now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
You
going.
serious?
You better get that right if she's gonna be watching. That's awesome, man. Well, tell her thank you
You're welcome.
from
Yeah.
all of us.
Yes,
it's
she'll be
amazing.
hyped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Little sparked cookies.
That's great. Yeah. Man, I love it, dude. It's a little sugar rush. It's great. Yeah.
You're gonna be hyper tonight.
I know.
Right.
I've already got my coffee, my LaCroix. What did you say? LaCroix?
La Croix.
La Croix.
Yeah. It's French.
Okay.
I think.
Chris always saying LaCroix.
Or LaCroix.
LaCroix.
You just
But
got
I
LaCroix.
think I've gotten comments like, God damn it, I wish he would just pronounce it right. You know?
La Croix. Yeah.
So, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Chicago.
Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
Little town called Pilsen. It's like kind of like southwest from like downtown.
Far from downtown?
No, it's not really far. No.
Okay. So you would skate downtown Chicago?
You could take a bus to downtown. It'd only be probably about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
you
not
know
bad.
what I mean?
That's
like,
great. What did you like start skating out there? Like how did you pick up a board?
I grew up in that area, but my whole life, like my family, like my mom and my sisters and I, we moved around here and there, you know, just to like neighboring suburbs and little towns in Chicago.
Oh.
So I like, we like lived in this one area. I think it was called like Berwyn or something like that. It's like a neighboring suburb. It's only like a half an hour or something from downtown.
Yeah.
I kind of like, it was high school, probably like 13 or 14 years old, just kind of seeing the kids. Some of the kids were skating and stuff, and they had their own little like nooks and groups, you know.
Crew, yeah.
They wouldn't let me in.
No,
because
really?
I didn't skate.
Because you didn't, right.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
So like,
But you're trying to hang out with them?
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, cause we moved around like basically like once every year.
Why were you
like
moving around so much?
Well, I mean, we kind of like, it would just be like problems with the neighborhood. Like we weren't very fortunate, so we'd actually move to like kind of like rougher areas. You know what I mean? So we kind of get into something, move to the next spot, whatever. Bing, bing, bing.
Right.
It's pretty rough out there, Chicago.
Yeah, certain parts are, you know,
Oh,
definitely.
Okay.
But,
So you found these kids and they wouldn't let you into their clique.
yeah, they
clique.
wouldn't let me into the clique.
Right.
So I ended up getting the board, you know. I was like, oh shit, like I'm gonna learn how to do that,
Yeah.
you know, because like I would talk to them and they're very cordial and nice to me, but like I didn't know what the hell they were talking about, you know.
And even though, like, you didn't have a board, so
And I
you
didn't
couldn't
have a
go out
board.
skating with
Yeah,
them. Like,
exactly.
They would have this dude walking behind them, like, trying to
a mile
catch up.
behind them, yeah. So I ended up getting a board, and from there, I like started to learn how to skate. Like my cousin, he started skating too.
Oh.
So me and my cousin, we hung out a lot, like every weekend, basically. So like me and him kind of like started skating together.
Perfect.
And I had like other friends that skated, so that's kind of how we like basically learned how to skate on the carpet. You know what I mean? Because it's Chicago.
Just like doing like flat ground tricks? Or?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I think my first trick might have been a heel flip.
Okay,
but it
that's
was.
weird.
That makes sense.
But no, this is the jack part.
Okay.
I think it was a switch heel flip.
Oh.
Because I wasn't pushing yet. Like I didn't know how to push. I was on the carpet.
Gotcha.
So I learned with my left foot how to heel flip.
Yeah.
And I landed it, you know? And then when spring came and you could skate outside, or like nice days in the winter.
Right.
Whatever those are called. But I would go outside and like try to skate regular stance, and I was like completely off balance. But I learned how to flip my board with that foot.
Right.
But
Did
I
you
had
start
to
by
skate
pushing
with-
Mongo?
No.
No?
Oh, no
like,
Mongo.
I would ride goofy, and then like let's say I was gonna ollie like a board or two boards, I would jump into switch like a little body vario, and then just ollie it.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? And have to like jump back because I was so
And nobody
off
told
balance.
you that this was the wrong way to go about this?
I don't think that lasts for too long because I don't know, like I can't really recall because it was so long ago.
Right.
13, 14.
Yeah.
I'm 31.
Okay.
Like that's a while ago.
Yeah,
So basically like I know I taught myself kind of how to heel flip with my other foot and kick flip and stuff like that.
You weren't watching videos or anything back then? You were just kind of taking it in from your surroundings and
taking it in from my surroundings, and eventually I got a couple videos. My cousin, he got a couple videos. Okay. I think we watched like Gummo and stuff. You remember that, like arcade video?
Wow.
Yeah, like with Malcolm and shit.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's amazing.
Like it was sick. Like we grew up off of those and a bunch of random ones. Like he'd have like these like those the contest ones, like the Vancouver.
Yeah.
Like
the 4-in-1 one.
Yeah.
The 4-in-1 videos.
Vancouver
those
97.
ones, there's all those, and those are sick videos.
Right.
You know, we always loved them. So we kind of grew up off of those, and like later on in life, we kind of like I got like Misled Youth and all those videos, you know, and that's kind of like
you're like, this is my shit. These guys are jumping.
Yeah, you know, like that's like when all that kind of went down, you know.
Okay, wow. And then like, what did you end up moving again?
Well, yeah, so we lived there. I picked up skateboarding.
Okay.
And basically, I learned how to ollie and stuff in that town. And I think it was because we kept moving so many times that I told my mom, I was like, I think I'm just going to live with my aunt. Oh. And my aunt, she lived in the same house the whole time. Like, since I was born, they still live in the same house.
In Chicago.
In Chicago, yeah. So
was it around these first group of kids, the group of kids that you met? Or
no, it was just like where I was first born and everything. Like was in that town. The one, Pilsen.
So you had to kind of find a new clique when you moved out there.
Basically, it was like friends that like I've seen around town and stuff. Because growing up, like we would move with my mom to different places, but we would always go back to my aunt's house and hang out around there because that's where all our friends were, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like eventually I just migrated myself back. Okay. And I just like lived in the basement and, you know, did my thing.
Was it a nice basement or was it what
it was kind of haggard, but
yeah.
I mean, my room was nice. Like I cleaned it up.
I'm going to tell you, like, I love basements. I wish they had basements out here.
I know,
you
right?
know?
I think it's so strange they don't.
So now you're living with your aunt.
Yeah.
And you're getting better at skating, right? So did you like know that you could get sponsored and all this stuff, or
just kind of skating in the winter? You know, it's snowing and you can't skate outside.
Did you guys have like a local indoor park?
There was an indoor park, but that was way back in the area that I first learned how to skate. So I would like have my mom drive me like once or twice a week or whatever, and I would like kind of skate the indoor park. And in the indoor park, that's where like Pat Pasquale Center. He grew up skating that park, and then Marissa Del Santo, she also grew up skating that park. You know?
Dope!
So I kind of linked up with those guys, and like we all kind of like got better together, you know.
Sick.
And it was sick. It's like a sick little crew, you know what I mean? Like So we all kind of linked up together. They were already like super good by the time I met them. You know, I was just kind of like maybe a year, 2 years in, like kind of learning. It's not like kids today. Like you could fucking step on a board, you could tray bomb those slides.
Everyone's instantly good.
It was like months go by, like you could finally get a half of a flip of a kick flip. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like it was very slow pace, you know. And then plus you had the winter and then the super hot summer, you know.
But also skating with people that are better than you is like such an advantage too. You know, because you learn quick.
Yeah.
So Marissa and Pat, they were already like sponsored by a skate shop out there, you know.
Okay.
So like I basically like would skate with them whenever I could and stuff, and eventually like I think they might have helped me out to get sponsored by the skate shop when I got good enough, you know.
What was the name of the shop?
First Gear.
Was it a bike shop too?
No, I don't think so. But
is it still there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of First Gear.
This was in one of the suburbs kind of surrounding Chicago. But yeah, I got on that and kind of like would get like a discount on everything and stuff like that, you know, maybe get a shop deck here and there, you know.
Perfect.
And just kind of like from there, I just learned so much more. Right. And
I feel like even before you kind of were big or made your name in skating, you always kind of gradually kind of came up. Like I would hear about you back in the day. Yeah. It looked like he just did his own thing.
I just remember all the affiliate commercials and stuff. I'm like, who is this kid?
Yeah, we just kind of casually, you know, it was all about just having fun, you know. It wasn't like, I'm not a very competitive person.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I kind of just like doing like me.
Your own thing, yeah.
Like,
and as it should be.
Like I grew up like doing a lot of art and stuff, you know, and like skating's kind of like, it's like a release, like it's like a way to express yourself, for you know, to me. Like it's just like, you know, it's not like
Raj does it in a different way. And he makes the same noise.
Just let it all loose, you know.
So when did you get your first board sponsor?
My first board sponsor was like later on in life. I was skating for Uprise Skate Shop at this time.
Okay, still in Chicago.
I was riding for Uprise. I still ride for Uprise.
Dope.
Chad Muska, he was doing that like LA to New York trip, you know, like that Muska Beats trip.
Oh, wow.
To where he like made his Muska Beats album, you know?
Okay.
And he stopped in to Chicago and he stopped into Uprise and, you know, he needed someone to show him around, you know, and I'm like, I've been skating the city for so long at this point, you know, it's like they hit me up like, hey, Neen, like show these guys around, you know?
Did you know, like, hey, the Muska's here?
Oh, I know who the Muska was.
No, not how you knew who he was, but like, did they call you and say, yo, the Muska's here, you got to show this guy around? Or was it a surprise when you showed up, like, oh shit, it's a Muska?
No, yeah, they called me.
Okay.
And you're like, hey, can you show these guys around? You know, they're looking for spots and like all the guys from the shop knew, like I knew where the spots were.
It's a Muska.
For sure, but at the same time, it was skateboarding. You know how skateboarding is? It's like, oh, like show this other skater around, like sick. We're all a part of the same family.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
keep a couple of spots like secret.
Oh no, hell no! I wanted to see the Muska in like full fledged. You know, like there's this over here, there's that over there. You know, like I wasn't holding shit back. You know? It was like
dope.
I wanted to see the Muska show.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
Basically, I showed him around. I did a couple tricks.
Okay.
You know, because I'm obviously skating with
too,
him.
yeah.
You know, and Muska was super hyped, and he got my number and like hooked me up with like the TM and stuff, and they started sending me boards like flow for shorties.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool, you know, like little kid. Then I started getting like these boxes every month of like 4 or 5 boards, and it was just like, oh, sick.
Perfect.
Right.
So I just like send them like, this is like back in the day. When,
the shorties boards were good back in the day.
Oh, they're so
good. It was
good.
like Prime Wood or something like that.
Yeah, they were great. Like I would make my little like sponsor me tapes. Like I was just like every month, like here you go, like, you know,
setting up VHS.
Yeah.
Send me more.
Oh my god. So did nothing happen with shorties, or what happened?
No, I think the thing with shorties was I'm from the Midwest, you know. I'm way out there. Shorties is way over here, wherever they were, like San Diego and stuff, you know. So
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara, okay. So they didn't really know me like personally, you know, and like no matter like it's like even like today, it's like you see clips and footage of people, and if you don't know the spot, you don't know how gnarly it is. And
if you don't know these people,
if you don't know the kid or the person, like you don't know if they're a dick or a fucking crazy fucking kook, you know. So it's like I think that kind of just like held me back in a way, because it's like I'm way out there, they're way over here. It's like nothing really came out of it. It was just.
Did you ever think to like wanting to come out to LA, or
I would come out here actually once I got older, probably towards like 20 or something. Like I would take trips, or like earlier than that, like 18 or something. I would take trips out here for the winter and like skate here for like 2 weeks. My one friend James, he moved to Long Beach before anyone else. So when winter would come, he'd hit us up and be like, hey, like you guys come stay at the house, you know? So like we would just come out and stay with him and skate California for like 2 months.
Would you fly, take the bus? What would
I'd
you do?
fly.
Yeah. Okay.
I was never really into the bus. That just...
That's a mission.
Yeah, no, it is. But I mean, like, who knows? You're 18 years old. You might take the bus. I don't know.
No, for sure. My family takes... Like, they've visited me twice out here, and they've taken the bus.
Wow.
And I've been like, how can you do that? A 30-hour drive? It's a 30-hour drive, like, spanned upon 3 days. Like, how can you do that? That is just...
crazy.
Like, you could jump on a plane for, like, 4 hours. Go to sleep, watch a flick.
You're chilling.
Drink a coffee, whatever you want. You know?
How much is that? Do you know how much of a bus ticket is?
I think it's like the same price.
It's the same price.
It couldn't be that much cheaper than a flight.
I was going to say, right.
The Greyhound's like the same, like a little bit cheaper, but near the same price. And then like the danger level is so much higher.
Like, right?
You know what I mean? Like the statistics basically of like getting into a car crash compared to
sure.
like an airplane crash is like so much higher.
Yeah.
Hey, some people don't like to fly, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They kind of have like a
Sinclair.
he doesn't like flying.
No.
Oh,
He won't jump on a plane.
My mom's like that. She kind of like put that on to my younger sisters and stuff, you know, just kind of fear of flying, you know,
Right.
but it never hit me. I was just like, whatever. You know?
I'm trying to skate, dude.
I know.
I'm trying to get there as
fast as possible.
fast as I can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you'd come out here in the wintertime and to Long Beach.
Yeah,
and
Long Beach.
Skate,
Mhm.
yeah.
Skate all the spots, light up the spots. I was
Perfect.
young, hungry, fucking just going for it,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, nothing ever happened with shorties.
Okay.
But with these trips, you know, I got to skate with like new and different people. My friend used to film tricks of like you know DeVille.
Yeah.
DeVille used to like call my friend up to film some of the tricks of the guys that he was with, you know.
Okay.
So I'd end up on those missions, you know.
Perfect.
And like a couple times DeVille
Just going
would
to the
be
gnarliest
like,
spots.
yeah, exactly. But like at this point I could skate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like it's fine, you know. And like I remember one time DeVille, like we were like in Oceanside.
Okay.
And this is right around like Oceanside. Hubba just came out. Like
Yeah.
I think Leighton like front blunted it. And I think Corey Duffel did something on it too, like I don't know, backlip, backtail or something, you know?
Okay.
So this is like right when it came out. And like DeVille was like, oh, we're right by that big ass hubba, you know? Like he knew I had backsmiths. He's like, you backsmith it, I'll give you 5 boards, you know?
Oh.
And I was like I was on my last board. I was like, fuck, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it, you know? So we like lit it up and like the Oceanside hub is huge, you know what I mean? And especially back then, it was like so much
Right.
bigger than it is now, you know?
Yeah.
So like I just like fucking high speed ahead, like backgrinded it, but like it's so funny. Like if you watch the clip, I catch like probably that much of the hubba.
Oh, because you were just going, you were
fast.
hauling. Yeah.
Yeah, like my front truck like barely touches down, and I like land right
No
away, just speeding,
way.
hauling ass, you know. So I backgrinded it, and then a couple tries later, I like got the backsmith. You
Okay.
Because it was
Did you grind farther on the backsmith or same thing?
it was almost the same thing. I was scared for my life.
Right,
You know?
right.
I was young, and
Yeah.
this is like one of the first kind of like big things that I like actually skated. But yeah, I ended up, he gave me 5
Gave you
boards.
5 boards.
And it was my first photo in a magazine too.
Oh.
It was in a Thrasher.
Did DeVille shoot the photo too?
Yeah.
Dope.
So it was sick, you know, like it was
Wow.
like, oh, like cool. Like then I finally got into magazines. So I was like, oh,
I mean, Thrasher, no less.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, that's
So
amazing.
it was super sick. I was really hyped on that.
Wow. Got forced into it and look what happened.
I know.
Right.
And shit
Yeah.
kind of like sparked off after that.
Okay.
you
Did he
know?
start flowing you boards after that, or was that just a one and done?
It's kind of like a one and done, I think.
Yeah.
He might have given me some other boards, but
I wonder why he picked 5 boards. Like that's maybe it's
I
just
don't
he had that in his trunk or something. Like
Had some
some
power
weird-
board just sitting
yeah,
around.
some weird shit.
yeah, I don't know. It was kind of like just 5 boards, and I was just like, "Fuck, I need those 5."
Right.
boards.
Yeah. Right.
Let's do this.
Maybe he's
you
just
know?
waiting for you to ask for more.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
I mean, DeVille was always cool. Like we always skated with him. 'cause
Okay, right.
I'm sure he probably gave me more boards after that.
He was probably psyched on your backsmith too.
That was sick.
Yeah,
dude.
he was probably like trying to take you to more shit after, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He take me to all types of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
You're like, well, how many more boards you got? I'm like, let's go. Let's go.
what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like, hopefully, I
Wait,
can
was
get
that
it.
in a video?
Oh, it was in a 411 in the Satori section.
Surprised Kelly didn't know this.
Yeah, it's
The Tory section.
they
Kelly's not really a Satori type.
towards the well towards the end of like 411. You know how they had like those like paper ones with the magazine.
Mhm.
You know they were like thin, they were big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was one of those.
Yeah.
And it was in there. It was in a
I don't remember
montage.
those ones.
I
It's
had
when
a
they
couple
became
tricks.
part of Weiserman. They started doing like the
Oh.
paper.
Yeah, they were
way
like-
later.
Yeah, it was like later. It was like a bigger like.
They stopped doing
paper
like
kinda-
DVD covers and
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Started doing,
almost like,
sleeves.
a magazine kind of sleeve thing.
Wow, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was,
I was never really into 4-in-1s like
Mhm.
fully, but I don't remember them being like a magazine thing. Kelly?
I
Kelly
was more the VHS 4-in-1 dude.
Hey, Kelly looked baffled right there. He
No,
was
I do.
It was before they went out of business.
like Kelly almost had a heart attack.
It's like, I missed some 4-on-1s. Like what?
I think about after. I think it was like, it must have been like 60 or something.
Yeah.
I just like have no idea, recollection of anything.
There was like that golden 50, right?
Yeah.
With Jamie Thomas
That
on the
one's good.
front.
I was in number 50.
You're in number 50.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bears Park. Like,
Oh, nice.
I think I did a nose grind or something. I don't
Yes,
know. Yeah.
yes.
Is that the only 4 and 1?
Only
you were
4
in?
and 1, only clip I've ever, yeah.
That's sick.
Right.
It's so weird. You're around for so long. You got it issue 50.
I don't know. Man.
Dallin never gave him footage.
That's
I know.
sick.
It's weird, right? Maybe I was in a 4 and 1 and just didn't know it, maybe. Because I was never really a 4 and 1 watcher. You know, I never really watched 4 and 1s.
You have a favorite 4-on-1?
How many 4 and 1s did they do, actually?
It's like they were in the 60s or 70s almost.
60s or 70s?
Yeah, because then they did those paper ones for a while too.
Weird.
But those ones would like, I swear they weren't like, it wasn't like, oh, the new video dropped. It was just kind of like you go to ASR and they have like a
They'd
pile
hand
of
it
them and they
out.
just like do.
They turn it into like a free...
The internet just started popping off too.
Yeah, that's what I think it is
Oh,
too.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because we kind of all lived through like
Yeah.
like if you think about
VHS,
how much
yeah.
we lived through, it's crazy.
Pretty nuts.
Like
gnarly.
pagers to fucking flip phones, or you know
Dude,
what I
I
mean?
wanted
It's
a
like
pager so bad. I wanted to pay. I had one too.
A shitty
yeah,
one.
I had to go. I had to like save up money, and like I had to go buy.
Yeah.
I think I like hid it from my parents for a while too. Like they didn't, you know, because back then the pagers had the drug dealer connotation. You know?
Were you a
But-
drug dealer?
No, but I just wanted. It's like one of those things. Like the technology comes out, and you're like a kid. And you're like,
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to be able to like get a page and
Yeah.
like, go to a payphone.
Run to a
and-
payphone.
Right. God, Jesus, how old are we? Jesus.
I know.
Kids are probably like, what the hell?
Serious.
I know, like get on with the conversation, guys.
Go watch Element Sky Pager and you guys will be psyched on it.
There you go. Do they have like 4-1s archived on
do.
YouTube?
They used to. I don't know if
When
they
I'm-
still are up there.
Well,
or
when I
anything.
was working as a
Yeah.
skateboarder, like we were trying to like start archiving all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think we got up to like 10, and then
well,
skateboarder
just
like
being
went out of
intense.
business and
Oh, they went
whatever
out.
else.
that website skately.com. It was like skate.ly. They had like every episode.
They got a
or
lot of shit.
every fucking
Yeah,
porn.
I
one
love
on
that
there.
site.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
okay.
good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Wow. Neen, man. Look at you. 4-1.
4-1.
Thrasher. You know,
Thrasher,
you made it.
Well, it kind of all like it was all steps, you know,
Yeah.
like little by little. I took it as it was, and
Right,
I-
right.
the whole time I kind of just had fun, and I was just skating. I was like trying, like forever. It was like it was like self goals. It was like I want to film a better part than my last part.
Yeah.
I want to film a bigger Smith than my last Smith,
Yeah,
you know, and that's
yeah.
kind of how it all
Okay.
took off.
What
you know
came
I
after
mean?
Shorty's Flow?
That's when I got those Powell boards from DeVille, the 5 boards.
The one and done. The five and done. Yeah.
The one and then after that, because my friend, so he used to film out in Long Beach. I think he
Okay.
still does, but he was really good friends with like Tosh Town Inn
Oh.
and all those guys.
Okay.
And I think he went on a couple Element trips with those guys. So Tosh, like he was always hyping me up to Tosh and shit. So Tosh started hyping me up to like Kingman and
Oh.
DeWitt and all that, you know.
Okay.
And those guys hit me up and were wondering if I wanted to get boards from Element.
Wow. Dope.
So-
without even seeing footage, or maybe they saw the 4-1.
No, I think they've seen footage.
Okay.
You know, I've always had tapes on
Tapes,
me
right.
and stuff. You know, I was hustling tapes. You know,
Just on the beach, like on the boardwalk. $5. Little VCR play. Like,
You know what I mean?
let them sample it.
but yeah. So I started getting boards from
Okay.
Element,
Dope.
and they kind of took me on a couple trips and stuff too. I had some photos in like Skateboarder and stuff on like
Oh.
Element trips and stuff. You know,
Rad.
I think like it was kind of like it was super cool. I wasn't like fully on or anything, but I went on trips. They
Okay.
put me in the magazine articles and stuff. And eventually like I like fucked up my wrist super bad. And I was like, fuck, like I got to figure out how to fix this.
Right.
I was young, fried, you know. And basically like I asked them, I was like, "Oh, how am I going to fix this?" You know, and they're like, "Well, we can't really do anything." Well, like,
weren't
you know
pay-
what
they
I
weren't
mean?
paying you
I
either,
wasn't.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like
okay.
still like on a flow level,
Yeah.
you know. But I went on trips and stuff, you know.
Right.
So
what
like,
was wrong with your wrist? You broke it, or was it fractured?
well, like I
or what
fractured it, you know,
Okay.
like right here, the
Oh.
whatever bone, that scaphoid, or I don't know what it's
I don't
called,
know.
but
I should
um,
know. I'm Dr.
yeah.
Roberts.
yeah,
Dr.
I thought you
Krog,
would
dude.
know.
I know. Well, people,
But that happened, and like I asked those guys, and they're like, "Oh, we can't really do anything for you." And I was just kind of like young and fried,
Yeah.
You know, instead of just being like, "Oh shit, maybe I should just go to the doctor and
Yeah.
take care of it myself," you
Right.
know. Like I was like, "Oh fuck it," like I asked one of my friends that like he owned Affiliate Skateboards, which is like a local brand, you know. And he's like, oh yeah, like I'll help you out, you know. I kind of got like that whole like hometown kind of pride bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Well, like, it's not that it's bullshit, but it was like, you know, like that hometown fucking.
You want to represent.
Represent your city and all that stuff. So, like, I was like, oh, fuck it. Like, I'm going to skate for the city brand, you know, where I live, you know, and kind of do this thing with these guys. You
and
know
make a little bit of cheddar.
Make a little bit of cheddar.
Yeah.
They had it all going, boards, everything. They could get ads and magazines and stuff. So I was like, yeah,
sound like a good deal, right?
Yeah. And he was my friend, you know. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this instead, you know. And I kind of broke that off, like, which was mellow, you know, because I was still kind of flow and like King.
Affiliate eventually had LeVar on the team, though, right?
Yeah, Affiliate had LeVar and stuff on the team.
And Johnny Fonseca.
Yeah. So it was really cool. It was like they were all my friends, and like I grew up skating with them and stuff. So it was like, fuck, that's like the thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm like on a company from Chicago and stuff, and it was just sick.
Did you end up fixing your wrist?
Partially.
Okay. What is that?
Well, like they like helped me like do the doctor visit and all that shit, and I was supposed to get surgery on it, you know, because the bone that it is doesn't get a lot of blood, so it doesn't heal well. So you got to get a screw in there, you know. God. And I never got the screw, so my wrists are like so bummed, like both of them.
Oh, really?
Well, because all the falling I do, like 80% of the time I'm on the ground.
Right. But yeah, most skaters.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so
no, I don't know about. Speak for yourself. No, but
yeah. So basically, my wrist is still bummed.
Okay.
Like it's fucked, you know, but. It was fine at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had the cast on it because it partially heals, you know, until the next big slam. And then it's like, oh, wow.
Right.
You know, like that's gnarly. Fuck.
You did your ACL.
Yeah, I did my ACL.
How did that happen?
I was on Super at the time.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, like we need this. We're making this new shoe. Like we're giving you a colorway, this, that, and the other.
Dope.
Like we need you to shoot this ad for this shoe, and like it has to be at night because we want to fucking get this one look for the ad campaign with lights fucking zam all over the place.
Wow. You couldn't Photoshop all
and
that?
I'm like, I hit him up. I'm like, dude, I can't skate at night. Like I would skate at night when I was a kid because I was young and dumb and just kind of like gung ho fucking. This was before I got hurt and like. Yeah. You know, like you don't know what could happen. But now that I'm older and I've been hurt, like I tore my other ACL way before.
Oh, you did?
You know what I mean? So like this is my second one. So I'm like, I'm not skating at night. Like I hate skating. Like,
did you do your first one at night too?
Bad vision?
No, I did mine like during the day.
Okay,
but like,
but even at night, like I don't like skating with the generator and everything.
No, I have bad vision. Yeah. Glasses. Is it just hence like, the glasses? You know,
the flashes or anything or
everything? Because like I can't really see like my depth perception's like off at night. Like my board flips, the flashes are going.
Right.
I lose it all. Like like I don't know if my board's on my feet or
you're winging
2 feet. Yeah, I'm winging it.
It's a prayer. Right.
So that's what happened. Like I'm at this gap. Like I finally like cave in. I'm like, all right, this is my shoe sponsor. This is my bread and butter.
Colorway.
Yeah, this is my bread and butter. Like I'm gonna do my job. Yeah. You know, even though I don't want to skate at night because I think it's dangerous, I'm gonna skate at night. Yeah. Get this clip, whatever.
Right.
Like I figured it'd be easy, you know. So I was warming up, just doing my warm up, Old Faithful, try to do the heel flip. Yeah. You know, just like at night,
big
pitch
gap?
black, probably like chin high but long. Perfect, you know, so. I did the heel. I went for the heel flip, right? And this is like the warm up one to get used to the darkness.
What were you gonna try?
I wanted to do like a back heel or something. Okay. You know what I mean? But I'd rather heel flip it first, so I have the feeling of the gap. You know, catching my board, everything, timing. So basically, the lights are on. Heel flip, catch it. Looks completely fine. I had some time to think about this because it's long. On my feet, everything's fine. Hit the ground, just the worst splits ever. But it was like a forward split, so like, you know, my knee went in and back. So that's why I got torn, you know, because like
it went in and back.
Yeah, so it was like turned in back. So, but it like if you watch the footage, it doesn't look like anything. Right. You know, it's like, oh, you did the splits, like you're fine, get up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But yeah, so when I did that. It sucked, you know, because like I could tell right away, like I did it before on my other leg, so I was like, oh man, like yeah, something's wrong. after that happened, I kind of like decided like, oh, like I'm gonna stop drinking and partying and stuff. Just because
you want to heal up.
You heal faster.
You do.
You know, you heal faster if you don't drink while you're hurt. You know, so I put
Were
that
you drinking
down
a
at that
lot?
time. Not really. I never really like was too over excessive, but I mean, we partied hard.
Right.
Like we fucking partied. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
Like all week, wake up sometimes at like 6 p.m. and like
keep going.
The sun's going down and you're like, all right, the bar's almost open, like let's go happy hour, like margaritas.
Yeah.
That would be like the weekdays, and then by the
Just
weekend
Groundhog
it'd
Day.
be like, when the weekend will come, it'd be like, all right, let's try to get a trick.
Yeah.
Try desperately to get a trick, maybe get one.
Go back to the bar.
You get excited when you get a trick, and then you're
Probably want to party some more, yeah.
Well, it's good that you
Crazy.
stopped because, I mean, some skaters, you know, they get hurt and they just sit on the couch with beer and a bowl, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of how I treated my first ACL like thing. You know, it was just like, fuck, I got nothing else to do. I'm just gonna drink, chill, smoke, whatever. But like at this point in my life, like I was already pro and everything, so I was just like, man, like my ACL's torn. I just got it fixed. Like I'm gonna approach it like a little bit more smarter. I want this shit to heal fast. Like it's like 6 to 9 months. You know, and I'm gonna come back strong and I'm gonna come back better. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna like spend the 6 to 9 months just piled out on the couch drinking. Like I'm gonna change up
that
my
6 or 9 months will
situation.
turn into a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, quick, easy.
Exactly.
Right?
So like I just made the change. It was like a fucking flick of the light switch.
Overnight.
I was just like, I don't drink anymore.
Perfect.
like I'm gonna heal right now. I don't
Is that
drink.
when you started the healthy eating and the lifestyle?
Yeah, that all kind of just came little by little, man.
Okay.
Like just kind of like knowledge, like because even at that time I had a lot of knowledge and stuff. I like would learn stuff from other people, like Spencer Hamilton. He taught me a lot of shit.
Is he a health?
He knows so much.
Oh wow.
So being on Super and shit and all that stuff back in the day, like going on those trips, me and Spenny, we would room together all the time. Like it was like an unspoken like thing. Like everyone knew. It was like we're on the trip. Oh, here's your room, Neen and Spenny. You know what I mean? Because it's like we're both like very alike. It's like
same vibe.
We wake up early. This time we were drinking and shit at this time. You know, I was drinking. So like we would wake up early and it'd be like, oh, like let's fucking get a beer or go get a coffee or whatever. Like we just kind of like did everything together instead of like.
So rad to have a dude like that on tour.
Sometimes you room with people and it's like they're fucking
in their own world.
Yeah, you're just like, dude, wow. Like
trust me, I've had definitely some roommates like that.
You know what I mean? You're just like, man, what am I gonna do? Like fucking. This guy's over here in his phone.
Thank God I never had to share a room with Raj. You know, he was always a media room. You know, him and Ty or something.
Usually me and Ben.
You and Ben Colin,
or Eric Anthony.
Well, yeah, you and Ben Colin were kind of similar. You may go to the bar, you know, after you dump all your footage, right?
Yeah, sure.
But I want to get into all the health stuff later. But I wanted to ask you: did Supra support you during all this healing and shit?
This happened like right as they were like selling it.
Oh,
you know, so like basically once they sold it, like all the my contract was up and a couple other guys' contracts were up, and they just like decided not to re-sign any of us.
Right.
So it was kind of like a bummer because it was like I got hurt trying to do this thing that I didn't want to do, you know, and then it was like, oh, and actually, you know what? You're not on the team anymore. You know,
was this around the same time they're doing the K-Swiss deal?
Yeah.
But I mean, like they were going to do a colorway and everything. Like they had everything.
The colorway still came out.
Oh, came out.
Yeah, and
but without your name on it.
No, my name was on it too. You know, and like I think they like extended like a small little chunk for me for a couple months for me to get on my feet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like that was like they were giving me that while my shoe was out there selling my colorway, but it was like. So I was already on the way out.
But at least they did you that solid, right?
No, yeah. Well, the TM's really, he was the TM at the time. It's like, we're friends, you know? So it's like, he got that deal for me because he knows, like, it's like, fuck. Yeah, Dennis, you know?
Okay.
So it's like, he knows. It's like, I'm sure he never wanted that to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It seems weird that you'd have a contract with a skater or whatever. Like, oh, this guy has a 3-year contract. Like, all right, let's give him a shoe at the end of a 3-year contract and put it out there.
Well, for the skater, that looks really good. because I'm going to get a shoe, I'm going to re-sign the contracts, everything's going to be great.
You know?
It's a dangling carrot,
right?
But it was because of the transition that it was just like shit. Like a lot of people kind of got lost in the mix at that point, you know, and it sucked because we had like such a like tight
just trimming the fat
family. You know what I mean? Like our family was like so. Like we were all so close, like the whole team.
Back then, I mean, great crew. I mean,
videos. Alan was fucking murdering those videos.
Alan
like, like the demos and shit were going off. Like it was really good, and it was kind of like it was a shock to me because I was like, "Fuck, like the hell," you know, like
such a shame how that can happen.
Yeah, you know,
but such a great like company and crew, and it just changes everything. You know,
that's
overnight. It's crazy.
I know.
Well, at least they did you that solid, man.
They did me solid. So
got
I mean,
checks and
like
stuff.
I'm not a person to hold grudges, you know. So it's like whatever, you know.
I am.
I mean?
I'm holding a grudge for you, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, you know what I mean?
At
like,
least
I got
someone
that grudge.
has.
Yeah, fuck that. You know?
No, but I moved on to like better things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like shit kind of worked out in my hand.
Did
you
you get on Circa shortly after? Or
I got on Circa shortly after.
Okay.
Talked to them about a bunch of stuff and kind of like set that up and everything.
Perfect.
And you know, like eventually got a shoe.
But like going back to like affiliate, were you on a shoe company back then? Were you getting flowed by anybody?
I was getting rep flow from Nike. For a while, you know, because like Chicago and like Uprising, Nike, like they're like big and you know,
key account for them,
okay. So like I was part of the rep flow thing.
Gotcha.
And the reps had like something where they only like flow only like 2 people or something.
Wow.
Then they send you like Nike does all this crazy stuff. They send you to like wear tests and all these different things, you know. So then I ended up getting in with like Andy Henry, which was the TM at the time. So he started giving me shoes and stuff, you know. So nothing really happened when I was on affiliate. When I was on affiliate and I was getting Nikes, I was rep flow. But then when I came out here and I got on Death Wish, I was with Andy Henry.
Okay.
And like shit was like starting to happen. Like they would send me the demos and stuff like that. And there's also another story about that. It's like,
let's hear it.
So, all right. So like I got on Death Wish. And I was getting Nikes at the time, Rep Flow. And then eventually I started getting Nikes through like Andy Henry, which was like the TM at the time.
Right.
So we were working something out. Like I had like 3 interviews coming out.
Okay.
Like I had a bunch of shit because I was like, I was going, you know, I was going hard. Like just got on Death Wish. I was going hard. So basically I had all this shit coming out and like, me and Andy, we were like talking back and forth and just kind of like trying to figure something out. Like he had to talk to some people to kind of try to get me like legitimized on the team, you know?
Right.
And like shit was going down. And then Andy ended up working, like he had to work for someone else or something. Like he like switched up his job.
He went to Converse.
He went to Converse. So then they brought in the other guy.
I think he tried to find a normal job and then realized fuck that when went back to
the guy's he is a doctor.
Yeah,
he's a certified doctor.
He's super sick. I like him.
He's rad.
But his whole thing was he was trying to get me on the team before he switched over, and everything was like in motion. Rolling, it was going, you know. And then he had to leave to find the other job, you know. And they brought in the new guy. I think it was Casper.
Okay.
And like it was like for me, it was like starting all over again.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh man, you know. And that's like right when Dirty called me because of Ellington and like Greco and stuff. And he was like, hey, like if you want to skate for Super, because like all I wanted to do was like actually
Dirty Dan.
I wanted to skate for a company. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm fully hooked up on Death Wish. I'm AM.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the boss got me on Altamont fully. Like everything I'm fully on.
Right.
Yeah.
But like my shoe company, I'm just skating demos for you, but I'm not on, you know? So I really wanted to be like a part of something.
For sure.
You know? So it was like
it almost complete the whole
the whole
package, the whole circuit. Yeah.
And so, you know, and so like basically shit was gonna go down and then it was like he left, new guy in, start from day one with the new guy. And it was like, I told him about like the Super deal and all that stuff. And like, they still had to figure stuff out on their end.
Okay.
Super was going on a trip to Europe to shoot like a team photo. And I was just like,
Did they ask you to go? They asked you.
They asked me to go and stuff, and like take this like team photo with them if I was down. So I was just like, all right. Like,
I mean, a bird in the hand, right?
Yeah, like be on a team with my friends and stuff, or wait, who
maybe.
knows how? Yeah.
Right.
So basically, I just like,
Hey, I think you made the right decision, man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it worked out,
For sure.
I mean,
everything works out, right?
Yeah. You kind of just got to stay positive. And
got to go with the flow.
I mean, Super is a big company too, man. Or at that point, it was.
It was.
Huge.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Like that was the original like foundation, like sick family,
For sure.
when we were like the tightest, you know what I mean?
For sure. Oh, so after the Nike thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were already on Death Wish.
Yeah.
Right. Well, how did you get on Death Wish? Was that a sponsor me tape, or what was the deal with that?
No, it's kind of like a crazy story.
Okay. Love crazy stories. Yeah.
So I think I might have been like 22 or something.
Okay.
And this was the point, I was still living in Chicago, still on affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the point where I was like, because I've been coming to California every winter, and I was like, I know how much money I spend out in California.
Right.
Because the whole time, like, you have this like stigma that like California's so expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
people tell you this, like, but it's only expensive if you make it expensive.
Yeah. If you're
Like,
standing in your friend's couch, or
You could live cheap out in California, you know? So I've been 22 years of my life dealing with like the cold winters, extremely cold, not going outside,
Right.
to extremely hot, sweaty summers, So at this point, I'm 22. I'm like, man, I've been going to California. I don't spend much more money than I would at home.
Okay.
Like, I'm just going to make the move.
Oh.
I talked to my friend Sinner, Pat, and he at the time, like Nick Trapasso just got like a big apartment in Long Beach.
Okay.
And basically Nick, like I knew him growing up because like I said, I'd go to California.
Yep.
AZ was on the way. Sometimes we'll go back and forth. Like I'll see Nick and stuff,
Yeah.
So I already knew Nick. We were friends,
Okay.
So Sinner, he was like, hey, Neen, like Nick got this big apartment. He said you could stay here on the floor, on the couch or whatever. And
Perfect.
there's a couple of us here. It's going to be tight,
Yeah. No rent.
Yeah, no rent, just on the floor, So I was like,
nice guy.
yeah. So I was like,
I would ask you for a couple bucks.
at least go buy some toilet paper.
Yeah, some paper towels or something.
we'd buy toilet paper and stuff like that. And too, like I've always cooked all my life, so
There you
we'd
go.
throw barbecues and shit,
Yeah.
and it'd be tight.
Chef Neen.
But yeah, I ended up 22, moving out to Long Beach.
Okay.
I probably just brought my carry-on bag and left everything else in Chicago, and brought my skateboard, and it was just kind of like a whim, I was like, oh, I got whatever, like a couple flow sponsors.
Yeah,
like
we'll see what happens,
I'll get
right?
clothes, I get
Yeah.
shoes, like whatever. Let's see what happens. Like,
Okay.
I moved to Long Beach,
Right.
and kind of like started skating with all those guys, and like filming with Dave Wang and Cole Matthews and stuff,
Dope.
So I like met all that crew, and one day, like Sinner, he's been like hyping me up to like Shane Hale and stuff, and because at the time, like Pat Sin, he would get like Baker boards and stuff through them, so skate with like Bigo and all those guys.
Yeah.
And Shane was just starting Shake Junt, and Shane called Sinner and he's like, hey, is anyone in Nick's house down to ride for Shake Junt?
Oh.
And like the whole time, like Sinner was like hyping me up to Shane, and he's like, and like ask Neen too,
Yeah.
So he asked me, I was like, Shake, fuck yeah, like I'm down to ride for Shake Junt, you know what I mean? Like, because I looked up to all these guys, you know, like all the Shake Junt guys, the Baker, like all those guys.
Of course.
Like, Death Wish just started, like all those guys are like idols, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck these guys, like, fuck yeah, I'm down,
Of course.
So I got hooked up with Shake Junt and kind of started filming for the Chicken Bone. Now it's on with like Bigo and stuff, So I'm around skating with all these guys. I still ride for affiliate, Chicago local brand.
Gotcha.
I'm out there skating with everybody. And I get to meet like Ellington and Greco and Andrew Reynolds and stuff, you know, and I'm like, fuck, these guys are tight, like this is like a dream come true. This is crazy,
kind of maybe where I want to be.
Yeah. So like they start catching like word of like the stuff I'm doing, like the tricks with Bigo, and like Bigo showing them, and obviously, and all that stuff, because I'm filming my part, and I I went on a couple trips with them for Shake Junt, like the whole groups and stuff. And eventually one day, I was just like at the apartment, like Ellington called me and he's like, hey, like, what do you think about getting Death Wish boards? You know? And I was like, fuck, that's gnarly, you know?
Yeah.
But at this point, like all my funds, I'm out here alone.
Right.
I'm just by myself, you know?
Yeah.
So all my funds are coming from the local brand affiliate, you know, like my friends giving me little checks here and there for food and whatever, you know?
Right.
So
he's helping you out.
Yeah, that's where like my whole income is coming from.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, like I'd be down to get boards, but it's like this. I'm telling them this, like it's gonna be hard because like all my money's coming from over there, you know. Like maybe like if I could be on the team or like get a little check or something, like I'd be down. So like whatever, like we kept talking, whatever, like hung up, whatever, called me back and he's like, you know, I could do this much for you, put you on the team and this and that. And I was like, it was like, it was definitely like a little less than I was getting.
Right.
But the thing was like, it was a dream. Like to ride for like Death Wish, like Baker, you know, I was like no brainer. Like I'll take the fucking,
I'll go from PB&J's to cup noodles.
Exactly. Like I'll do that. And basically what I did was I jumped in my van at the time and fucking just flew over to Hollywood. Like got everything set up. Bigo and Donut were they had an apartment. They let me stay on their couch for a couple months, and you know, from there I just started hammering it out, you know, just
what happened to affiliate? How did you break it to them?
Yeah.
Reggie and Enzo, these were the two owners. Like I grew up with them. They completely understood because the whole time I was getting affiliate boards and I was getting like stuff from sponsors and shit. The whole time, like the sponsors would never want to like kind of upgrade me to be on the team because I was on like a lower brand, local small brand, you know. So the whole time,
weird how that happened. Yeah,
the whole
get stuck in this.
And it's even weirder now that like small brands are
they're big. Yeah. Small brands are big now, but back then it was like you couldn't get caught dead riding for a small brand. Like the bigger companies are like, who's this? You know,
almost like you're tainted or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this weird stigma,
like fucking tainted meat. You know?
Yeah,
but
strange. Yeah.
But like basically, like they wouldn't like the bigger companies that I was getting flow from and that like had my back forever wouldn't turn me am because I was am for a small brand,
right?
You know, and I would complain and tell the owners this all the time. You know, it was like my biggest problem because like I was like out there doing the tricks, you know. I was doing what I was needed to do, and I just wasn't getting the right response back, you know.
Were the owners taking that kind of like an insult too? Like you're saying like, hey, you're like a small brand, I'm not getting any love.
They knew exactly, you know, because
I
mean that's like how it's always, or that's how it was back then,
right?
You know what I mean? So they completely took it incorrect. And they knew it was like when, you know, when I said like Andrew Reynolds, Ellington, Greco, you know, it was like, these are the biggest names. Like, it's
absolutely.
Like, it's a no-brainer. Go. You know what I mean? Like, fucking.
So they gave you their blessing and said, go for it.
Exactly. Wow. And they actually did so much for me, like, coming up to this point, you know, that it was like, it was awesome, you know, and I like completely respect them for everything, you know.
So sick.
Are they still doing the brand?
No, they're not doing it anymore. No. Okay. But it all kind of went its own way.
When Neen left, it just went downhill.
No. That's impossible.
No, but that's great then. So I mean, literally from one phone call to him calling you back. Yeah, you're on the team.
Yeah.
Getting some money and moving to Hollywood, pretty much.
Yeah, moved to Hollywood. Just stayed on. Stayed on Donuts and Beagle's couch. I stayed in my van a couple nights. But
you did?
It was harsh.
Yeah, I bet. Did you buy your van? Did you buy the van out here?
Yeah, affiliate actually helped me with that too. Yeah, I bought it off of some like old dude. His name was Dwight.
Okay.
So I actually named the van Dwight. Yeah. It was the sickest like white van. It was like a GMC like fucking Vandura or something. It's like full steel, like
No.
old school with the TV.
Oh, wow. Really?
Because I got that
Like a conversion van?
Yeah, I got that
Ah.
van because I was like, oh, like I'm gonna get everybody in the van, like we're gonna go on missions, but that never happened.
Never happened.
You know?
Right.
And then when you got everyone in the van, you were bummed because everyone was just like crushing beers and like you couldn't drink. You're just like
driving. Hey,
one
but
beer.
at least you had the TV in there, right? You could watch a movie or something.
I had
You're-
Baker 2G in there.
Oh, there you go.
It was going all day.
At this time too, you're still on Supra, right?
Mhm.
And did they actually put you on the team, or were you on the team before you got on?
Right when I got on Death Wish, I was still like getting Nikes from Andy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm. Andy left, and
Yeah.
then I got onto Supra.
Okay.
And then I was on Supra for a couple months. and-
Okay.
Well, that one.
Oh, that was it. Only a couple months.
No, I was on there for like a couple years.
Okay.
But I was on there for a couple months, and then
Until you
Death
finally
Wish
got on.
turned me pro.
Was it pretty fast? Because you had that shake jump part, and that was kind of like your big hurrah.
Yeah, like I said, I filmed my shake jump part, you know, and that's how I got recognition from like the bosses. They put me on Death Wish, so I started filming my Death Wish part, you know, and basically that's when I had all those interviews coming out. I got the cover of Transworld magazine around that time too, with all the interviews, and then randomly just one night, it was my birthday, and like I was like fucking. I was still partying at the
You were
time.
tossing them back. Yeah.
Dude, I was toast. Like I probably consumed anything and everything that you could consume because I started in the morning, you know.
Oh, shit.
And it was like this year was so funny because I filmed the chicken bone, then I filmed my Death Wish part, and my Death Wish part was like basically done.
Okay.
So I was like in that fucking just party mode,
Right.
Like, oh, like fuck, it's my birthday. I'm taking the whole month.
Yeah.
Like,
He's taking his birthday month.
yeah. So like I was like, I'm gonna drink a bottle of Jameson every single night for 30 days.
That was your goal?
That
Like
was
you
my
said,
goal.
that was his
full
goal.
size
He set a goal.
bottle?
Oh my god.
That is fucking gnarly.
So that was my goal, right? I only got like 14 or something, but
Still, congratulations.
it was
Jesus
jacked,
Christ.
right? So it was just like a month long of just partying. But my birthday is on like the 13th.
Okay.
So it kind of fit. Like the plan was to have a bottle of Jameson every day for the month.
rest of the month.
For the month,
Right.
the month of December. But the thing
Oh.
is I got super partied out.
Yeah.
I wore a suit because it was my birthday. I was all hyped, you know, like it's my birthday.
Wow, you got-
wasted, fucking
Got dressed up.
got dressed up, going down to the bar to meet my friends. Like we're gonna celebrate my birthday. And like I didn't think anything of it, but everybody from Baker Boys they were at the bar.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it because I'm so wasted and I'm just having a good time. I'm all
you're
fresh to
suited
death.
up. You're yeah.
You
Like,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
everyone's at my party.
I know. Right? Yeah.
I remember like going up to like, oh, you came to my party. You know, that's sick, you know? They brought this present out to me, and like I'm so fried. They like opened the present, and on the top of the present there was a bottle of Jameson,
Okay.
and a carton of cigarettes. You know,
Yeah,
and
perfect.
These are like. These are like my guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
So I was just
Yeah.
like, fuck, like, yes. So I grabbed the cigarettes and instantly I tried to like walk out and like smoke a cigarette.
And they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. Look under.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I go back in, like look under, and then there's like a board with my name on it.
Wow.
You know, and I was just like, oh, like what
There's
like,
a reality check.
Yeah.
I was just like, what is this? Like something for my wall?
Right. Like a happy birthday board. Like
yeah. Like, I'm like, and they're like, no, you're fucking pro, dude. And I was like, wow. Like, and then that's basically like the Jameson intake of the month kind of just got cut off at that point. Because it was kind of like a reality check.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, I was actually, like, I had goals. I was working for something. And then,
Right.
like, all this partying kind of got in the way.
Yeah.
You know, and then, like, the board just kind of, like, woke me back up. It was like, oh, wait, what am I doing? You
Right.
know? Like, like, shit. Like,
That's
you know?
incredible.
So it was kind of like a life check, you know,
Yeah.
and I still partied after that for
Okay.
a little bit, but it wasn't like as heavy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It started like slowing down, you know, it was like, oh, wait, I actually do have a purpose.
Right.
Like, what was I doing? I kind of got carried away there.
Yeah,
you know?
no, for sure, and it's easy to do too.
Yeah.
you know? Especially
Well,
for skaters when we don't have like a 9 to 5. You know,
That
it's just
and then
like-
just like when you start getting a little bit of money,
Yeah.
and like you're like, fuck, like anyone want a drink? There's always someone that wants to party with you.
Course,
like it does not matter. Like you're just like, oh fuck, who wants a drink? I'm down. All right, let's go. You know what I mean? It's like no one wants to go out there and suffer for fucking 4 hours in the sun trying to get a trick, sack yourself a million times, you know, like.
Did it ever feel weird that like all these dudes were sober? Did they ever say anything to you like, yo man, like you're kind of going heavy right now? Like,
they never like really said anything to me. Cause like,
I know they don't preach it, but I was just wondering if
they're kind of like how I am now, you know, it's just like you see someone partying and stuff, you kind of have to go through that. Yeah. Like, you know, like either you come out of that or you don't. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of like up to you. Like when you're ready, you're ready. Yeah. You know, like when you figure it out for yourself, because that's the only time it's going to work. Like if someone sits you down and like, you got to go to these classes, you got to stop, like you're losing
you're being
it.
Forced to
you're
do
being
something.
Forced and you're not going to want to do it. Absolutely. You're going to like stop for a second and then you're just going to go gung ho. You know what I mean? So basically like I would see them and little by little, it would kind of like, I'd be, because I looked up to them, you know, and I still do. Like, they're like my idols, you know. So it would like definitely, like seeing them, I'd be like, fuck, I'm kind of fucking up. Yeah, you know, like shit, you know. So that's why, like little by little, I slowed down. Now I just stay away from it all, you know. Like
that's great. I mean, you're in a great place right now.
Thanks, man.
I mean, yeah,
I'm trying. Like I have a long way to go. You know what I mean? But
well, we all do.
Yeah, exactly.
We're still
like,
all young. And
no one's fucking perfect. No. Like, you know, there's a long way to go. Like, I'm trying.
What do you think I was gonna? You think I was gonna say?
Speak for yourself.
Think I was gonna say something, Rush? Fucking hell! I'm not completely mean. You know. Congrats, dude.
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
It's been nice. You know, it's like, it's a different chapter, definitely. Like after putting everything down, now it's like I just focus on trying to improve like my daily life and skating. Yeah, like that's it. Like
that's it.
It's like just skating every day, improve my life. Right. Try, you know, and then I'll use like my social media and all that stuff to kind of like I'll put like cooking stories.
Trust me, I've seen your cooking stories. I'll tell you this, man. It is so entertaining. Yeah, it is the most entertaining. I mean, I sit there and watch this guy cook because your commentary
and you're so passionate about everything, every ingredient.
Thank you. Yeah, I make these videos because it's like I'm like sharing knowledge with whoever wants to take it in. Right. Because me at a young age, like before I did all this partying and all this stuff, like if I knew all the stuff I knew now today, like I would have been so hyped. Yeah. You know, like just the fact of like stretching, like working out, like eating, trying to eat as clean as I can and trying to stay away from like if I knew all that stuff, like I would have been so happy. So I use my social media as like kind of an outpost for all that. Like I just put it out there and it's like if you like it and like you take it in and you learn something, if you want to learn something, then I'm fucking happy.
But that's like, a great thing with the stories and stuff. Yeah. Because they're just there for 24 hours and you just, but you also said you started like a YouTube channel too. Yeah, yeah. You're putting all those things on your YouTube.
So like, I mean, I'm a regular person. Yeah. So I read my comments. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Like the assholes get blocked. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, why are you even following me? Right. You know what I mean? Like,
I've seen you comment a couple times and they're not that good.
Yeah. Why? If you don't like me, why are you following me? Like, I would hate to follow someone I don't like. Totally. You know, and see them every day. Why? So anyways, so people were commenting on my stories and like I read them, you know, and I try to answer back as many as I can, but it's hard, you know, and sometimes you answer back to the wrong person and that person like keeps hitting you up, keeps hitting, and it's like like I have shit to do. I have to keep cooking. Right. I have to take care of my girlfriend. Like, I know. I gotta hang out with her. She has needs.
Right.
Like,
right. All of a sudden they think you guys are best friends.
Yeah. Like I gotta set up my board. I gotta think about what set of stairs I'm gonna kill myself on tomorrow. Like
I must say though, most of the people on the DMs are pretty nice about just leaving, like, just thanks. I didn't think you would respond. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You do get those ones, and those ones I appreciate.
Those are Those are great.
So, like, since I've been doing all this food stuff, like, I actually get a lot of like really deep ones, you know. So these ones you have to sit back and like take 20 minutes to like fucking write this message back, which is hard because once you do like 3 of them, like
you're done.
It's like an hour's pass.
Yeah.
And you're like, what have I done? Like, fuck, you know, like I'm just staring at my phone.
At the same time, you're helping other people.
Exactly.
So,
and that's kind of like the reason why I started doing that. So anyways, these people, like, just like the fans and the kids and the other human beings, like yourself and I, they're like hitting me up, asking me like, you know, what's the recipe for that and all that stuff. And I'm like,
who taught you how to cook?
I just kind of learned
self-taught.
Home cook. Wow. Yes, self-taught.
Did you start really getting more into cooking after you got hurt and sober? And
no, I've cooked all my life just because Chicago, like cooking. I'm from a cooking family.
Oh, dope.
You know, I mean, four kids, mom, like stepdad, like everyone cooked. They kept us fed, you know.
I
like,
hate cooking.
how do you feed? You know, to feed 4 kids at a restaurant, it's like that's a little steep. You know what I mean? Like, but to cook a meal for 4 people is like a lot less. It's more reasonable, you know. So I learned just like watching my mom, and then like from there, friends, and I have a couple chef friends. I learned from them, and then now it's like I've kind of gotten to this pellet to where like I could go to a restaurant and eat, like a fine dining restaurant, and eat something and be like, this is in there, and like go home and like I can mimic it, you know. Not the best, but like I'm getting to the point where it's like I could kind of mimic things I've eaten, you know. So like a lot of the stuff you see me cook on there are like me mimicking things that I've had, and then using my own like flavor, like whatever flavor fucking knowledge and throwing extra shit in.
I've never heard of that with like cook. I've heard of it with like music. Like people could hear something and then mimic it and play it.
That's
like
kind of it's kind of like what it like kind of got down to, you know, or that's where it's at right now. So like they're asking me like, hey, like I want the recipe for that. Like I didn't get to see that one. Like like I got the stuff, and before I got to cook it, like it already deleted 24 hours, you know. So like I'll like send them the recipe, like I'll write it down to them, send it to them, you know. And I was just like, and like a bunch of kids are like, oh, you should get a YouTube, or you should get like a show. Why don't you got a show? And it's like, oh, I'd love a fucking show. Like I'll jump right on the show if someone gave me a show.
Hey, the 9 Club Cooking with Neen.
You know what I mean? I'll take that, you know. But, so I was like, fuck it, you know, like I'll just start my YouTube, you know, like a lot of people do YouTube all the time.
It's great. I think it's a great platform. I think more people should do it, you know, for sure.
So I just started up my own YouTube, kind of tried to get some people from my Instagram to go over there, you know. So I got a little following, like super small one, but
it takes
in time, you know, I'm getting recipes done and just kind of like seeing what to let out. I've been like letting out like a couple like vegan ones and a couple meat ones, like kind of like spread it all out because I eat everything.
What's
like,
the name of your YouTube channel?
It's Neen Williams.
Neen Williams.
Yeah, somehow I got that.
You should have done like Cooking with Neen or like.
Well, it's just Neen Williams, so it's like easier to find.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
You know, but then I just name like each thing like Neen's Essentials.
Oh,
or something like that.
We're gonna follow.
Oh, it's Nino's Essentials.
Nino's Essentials.
Yeah. But it's Neen Williams is my channel.
Expect a follow from the 9 Club.
Hell yeah.
You know? And then
we'll subscribe.
Yeah. Do you subscribe? Yeah. Do you like so? Do you put all the recipe in the descriptions and stuff?
Yeah. All of that.
Sick.
They're all very simple and easy to make.
That's great though, because my problem, and this may be a shitty excuse, but my problem is like I just don't know how to do it. You know,
it's all there, and you get to watch me do it.
Blue Apron,
and I do Blue Apron actually.
Oh, sick!
So
that's good though, because they tell you what to do, and if you can handle that,
it's like cooking for dummies. It's fucking, but I just hate cooking. You know, but here's the thing about like healthy living, healthy eating too. Dude, sometimes I just don't understand everything. There's so much information out there on the web. It's like
it's hard to find it all.
What is this? This is good for this. This is good for that. But you can't like make this and then make that. It's like I go to the grocery store and now I'm like lost. I'm like I have this whole list and I'm like oh, fuck it, I ain't gonna get all this shit. It's like,
no, I feel
it's
you.
a lot of stuff, and I just get lost, man. So I don't have a place to like. I mean, I could call Kenny, but he's probably in like Venezuela or something, like on a tour.
It's definitely hard, like if you're just kind of getting into it. But there's definitely like places you can go, and like I said, I just mimic other restaurants and stuff. Like, what I would always see, what kind of got me into like the portion things, like the macro things. It's just like those like little like shitty like workout meals where it's like fucking slab of chicken, some sweet potato, and then like they're all in those little plastic trays.
Yeah.
So I would look at those things, and it would just kind of like, it kind of sparked me on how to make my own dishes. Like you need like a starch or a carb.
Yeah.
You need a protein.
Okay.
And then like get some greens in the mix. You need greens. So
right.
Throw some of those in there, and that's kind of how like I base my meals, and it's just like shit I see. And like you could search for anything. I mean, I should just make a website and kind of write what I know.
I was actually about to suggest you should do your own website, like a blog or something. Listen, they're not that hard to make.
Okay.
Square. I made our 9 Club on Squarespace.
Sick.
It's one of the best websites out there.
Ooh.
But I'm not. I'm not tooting my own horn. But it's really great. It's easy to customize it and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But the YouTube's a great start, I think.
I got the YouTube going. That little by little, I'm gonna kind of like kind of span off into other stuff. Like maybe I'll throw in some skating in there, for the people that want to see the skating.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes,
and just kind of like, it'll be like my own personal YouTube channel. So it'll be a mix of like stuff that I'm into, So it's like,
that's great.
If you're not into the cooking, there'll be skating shit in there. If you're not into that, like, whatever, there's gonna be some workout shit in there. Like you need a fucking
you're
like some kind of routine. Like there you go.
But it's cool though, because you're hitting them from all angles, and it's just interesting, man. It's like you got a interesting little life, and
all the stuff that I do is just to skate forever.
That's
like
fucking great.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
good goal to have.
Yeah,
like your age could get older, like number wise,
right.
But your body doesn't have to get older. Like if you take care of it, like you could be fucking at your prime for as long as you want to be. I mean, obviously there's going to be wear and tear.
Yeah, of course.
But like you could work around it. Like that's why I work out and stretch and stuff. Is like you could work around certain injuries by like working out. Like you could protect your back by working out your core. You could protect your knees by enhancing your fucking glutes. Like there's like all these different things.
Dude. I need to come hang because I need some
Anytime.
work, bro.
Anytime.
Do you get out of bed? Like, do you jump out of bed, or do you? Did you just take a while? No, I'm just asking.
At 31, no.
No, because bro, I get out of bed in the morning and I feel like I'm 80 years old. And then throughout the day, like come around 10 o'clock, 11, I feel like I'm 60, and then 12 or 1, I'm down to 40, and then by the normal day, I'm like 20 years old.
No,
I feel great. I'm like sparked.
I think that's the same with age does like kick in. I mean, like wear and tear.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just wear and tear. Wear and tear of skateboarding.
Yeah. It's
so
brutal.
basically with skating, we're doing something extremely physical and brutal.
Yeah.
Every day, all day. Like if you think about other sports, like they'll train and practice for like 2 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
absolutely.
Skip a couple days.
Yep.
We're just out there every day, like
pushing it,
like killing ourselves. You know what I mean? So it's like we're doing like so much physical work, you know, like I'm not comparing anything, but we're doing so much physical work that it's like, it's going to give wear and tear on your body.
For
like
sure.
Regardless, like the older you get, like even if you take care of yourself, it's like me, I roll out of bed. I usually like sit on the side of the bed for like 10, 15.
Oh, really? Like an old man. You're like me. You're like, you wake up and you're 80. And then like, right now I'm like 21, dude. I'm like, I feel good.
Cause like,
not tomorrow morning though.
Like I get up, I'm in shambles. You know,
how old are you right now, Raj?
Oh, 18 forever.
Oh, jeez. Bullshit.
I think it's inevitable. Like you can't escape it. You're gonna always like the wear and tear that we put ourselves through.
You're on the right path, man.
But I don't
know.
I kind of wake up, sit at the bed for 10 to 15, right?
Okay.
Kind of hobble, crickety crack my way towards my glasses, get my glasses, slide those on.
Right.
I kind of walk to my
I'd love
kitchen.
to see Neen in the morning, just like crickling, crackling around his house. I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, so then I make my way to my kitchen and I make myself a nice cup of coffee.
Are you like moaning or like, are you like, oh God?
No, well, I wake up so early. I wake up at like 4:45.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, I don't party at night. So I don't
well,
have
neither do I, but I'm not waking up. Is the sun up at that hour?
No, it's usually dark.
Neen, you gotta.
Basically, the thing is,
thought
is
you
like,
were on the right path.
So basically, it's just like I'm not out partying and stuff. So I wake up at 4:45 because I like to go to like the gym in the morning.
Right.
If you go to the gym in the morning, it's none of that bullshit like gym life you think it is. Like no one's on their phones. Everyone's there to get their workout in and get to work.
Right. Yeah, get their day started.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
it's like it's a whole different vibe. Like everyone's in there like just getting it done. You know what I mean? So it's like a very positive, like moving vibe, you know? So I wake up that early to go there.
Right.
And then because it's so early, I'm done at like whatever, 9-ish or something.
Okay.
That's when everyone else starts waking up. Like my filmers, fucking TMs.
Give me another hour.
No, like the skaters start waking up 9-10ish, you know? So like when they wake up, it's like perfect timing. It's like if I got a trick in mind I want to get, I could get it right then because I'm wide awake.
You're ready.
Worked out, stretched.
The crinks and crackles.
Oh, those are long gone. You know what I mean? So at that point, I'm ready to go. So it all works out perfectly, you know?
Yeah, it's great. What did you say? You go to the kitchen and grab a coffee?
Oh, yeah, I crickety I pop and crack my way to my kitchen.
Yeah.
I make myself some coffee, and after the coffee, I'm like you were talking about the ages. I'm probably at like 15 again, right there.
Yeah.
Wow, that quick.
Yeah.
See, it takes me to like about 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
A lot of the secrets to like waking up feeling better is you got to have the gallon of water next to your bed. And you gotta like you know when you do those like little wake ups throughout the night, you just have to slam water.
I don't do wake ups.
Really?
I sleep through the night.
Really?
That's what you got to do?
Yeah,
That's what you
'cause
do?
Before you get out of bed, you want like I think it's like a liter or something of water in you because like your body functions with the water in you.
Yeah.
So like when you wake up, you're like fucking dry. It's like you know what I mean. So like if you're slamming water the whole time, you wake up and I mean, obviously you might have to piss a couple times.
Yeah.
But like you wake up feeling good. You're like, oh, like, because everything's hydrated. Like all your sore muscles from skating all day, like working out.
I don't wake up during the night to
Well, it's kind of like you build a habit for it.
Or even
I don't want to though. I want to like just sleep. I want to wake up.
Even if you like, you don't even need to do it like throughout the night.
Okay.
Like as long as you have like a liter or something of water next to your bed. So when you wake up, you know, like when I did it 10 to 15 minutes at the side of my bed, I'm drinking water. You know, like you drink water and it like hydrates your muscles and everything. Right. Oils the hinges.
I know.
Well, what time do you go to sleep at night?
I'm in bed at 9.
Wow.
Oh, you're staying out late tonight. Oh, boy. You're partying. Yeah, you're partying.
Old man's out late. Yeah, I'm in bed at 9.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping at 9, but I'm normally watching like Forensic Files or something.
Oh, there you go. It's a good show. I like that show.
Yeah, that voice is just kind of soothing. It kind of just puts me right out.
I watch nature shows. Usually.
Yeah, that too.
I put my TV on a little sleep timer, a little 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and put on a little Netflix nature show. Watch some elephants on the prairie and go to bed.
I started off with like the nature shows and then like
Forensic Files is a little. I don't want to have some crazy dreams or something. That's kind of a weird. But I know.
I figured you and Larry would be watching Animal Planet.
I know. Well, that's true too. Well, that kind of goes into with the nature, nature shows. But the Forensic Files is like.
I think it's
John Hanneman went to his house.
It's a little scary.
Found the dead child on the. It's like whoa.
Yeah, it's definitely a little scary. You'll be laying there and like maybe the door's open and it's dark out there and you're just like, someone could be, just creeping there looking at me. But I watch it kind of differently though. I watch it as like it's like a mystery to me.
Yeah,
like it's weird because it's kind of fucked to say that because it's like true life and these are real things that happen. But for some reason my mind goes into a weird mode where I'm like watching some like mystery, and I'm trying to see like who did it.
Right.
Who did it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like
Who did it? Who did it?
Yeah.
Who did it?
The whole time. That's
mystery
like,
water.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking the whole time. So I'm just like sitting there like I'm guessing. I'm at the edge of my seat, and eventually I just knock out.
Dude.
And I don't think I dream neither, because I just wake up, slide to the end of the bed, start crickly cracking, drinking my water, and it's like straight to the pot of coffee. It's still dark outside, so it feels like I didn't sleep.
But you got a full night, so you got like what? No, that's like 8 hours of rest.
That's
I
perfect.
get 8 every time.
Perfect.
8, sometimes 6. Sometimes I feel like I'm more rested than 8. 8, like I might wake up and be like, oh fuck, you know. But
but also I want to go back and talk to because we kind of skipped over the Circa.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to talk about Circa. How you got on? How did that happen? How did that come about?
Well, basically, some of the guys that rid for Circa were my friends already. Well, all of them were, but like I was really close with like Kirby and like Windsor at the time.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So even like Jack and Robbie, like I knew all those guys.
Okay.
So basically, like I just like I got off Supra, and like I was like kind of looking around and trying to see like what is there, you know, what
where do you fit in?
Yeah, where do I fit in? And then also it's kind of like I'm older, I'm a pro. It's like, it's funny to say it, but as a pro, it's like harder to get onto companies, because they're
Sometimes,
like, shit, like I have to pay this guy this amount.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't, like for that amount I could get 3 amps.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or whatever, you know? So it's like, it's kind of like a little like weird, you know? And like, so I was kind of like asking Drew and just kind of like very lightly like asking around, not really like too like, oh, I really like
putting the feelers out there.
Putting the feelers out there.
Yeah.
Kirby rides for Circa. Like Circa has like this new thing going on and stuff, you know? It's like one of the last like skater brands out there, you know, like they're still going, you know. And I was like, fuck, let me ask, you know, Kirby. And like the whole time, like, because Supra, it was like I was supposed to get a shoe. Like had to talk through so many people to get to the people on top, you know, like just so like corporate. Fucking made a shoe, everything, canned the shoe, you know. So it was like so hard to get anything through, you know, like. So I talked to Kirby about Circa, you know, and he talked to the TM, and then TM talked to the owner and stuff, and like I had to sit down with them, you know. Basically sat down with them, explain, you know, where I'm coming from, like kind of my journeys in life,
where you're going,
where I'm going, like what, you know, you got to tell them all this stuff. Like what do you,
what's your plan?
What's your plan? You know, you can't just be, oh fuck, I skate. You know, like I do this. Like you got to tell them, you know, like what is your plan? Like what is your long-term plan and all this? Like kind of explain to them, like, you know, like what I'm doing in my life, the changes I made, and like the owner is super tight, super cool guy. His name's Massimo. He's fucking awesome. But he's like, hey, you know, like if you had a shoe, like what would it be? You know, like how would it be? You know, and you know, I'm into taking chances, you know, like I'm like, fuck, I would take a chance and like make like a cup sew shoe again. Cause like at this time, every shoe was a Volk, like a thin little just.
And no one was doing it right except for Vans.
Exactly. Cause Vans was the creator of the Volk, you know what I mean? So pretty much. So basically everything was a Volk. So I was just like, you know, I would like a cup sew, you know, like a cup sew. And I had all these other things. Like I wanted it to like fit to your foot, and
they're good looking shoe, by the way.
Yeah, it's just like really? A very, like we kind of like, some people are like, oh, it's like the Hammer, but it's Circa. But it's like I used to skate the Hammers all the time. I loved Greco's shoe. You know what I mean? So it's like, of course I'm gonna want a shoe that resembles like a shoe that I love. You know what I mean? So basically I drew out this photo, and like everything, like it just happened to like look this way because everything has its own purpose. You know, like I like put the stitching further back. Like I worked with the I worked with the designer. Well, this is like later on, so I don't know how my story jumped from there to there.
No, you're good.
Let me
go
just
back.
rewind.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So I was like, I want to take a chance, you know, make a cup sew, this, that. Explained all this shit to him.
Okay.
So, all right, they were like, all right, well, we got to think about it and this and that, you know. So later on, couple days, week later or something, they called me up and like offered me an offer and stuff, and
sick.
They're like, you know, like we could even make you a shoe and this and that, and I was like, fuck, a shoe? Like,
wow.
All right. Like, because it's like that, like at that point, it's like I've had a board, I've had trucks for Thunder, I've had wheels for Satori, like I've had like almost everything with my name on it, you know, and that means a lot to me, you know. And I was like, fuck, a shoe? Like, like any of these other companies, they're not gonna give me a shoe because they don't look at me like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're just a fucking skater, you know what I mean? Like it's like you're whatever. So I was just like, fuck.
But you're a very marketable skater.
But I feel like they don't look at me like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's weird, you know, like something like maybe it's because I have dreads or something. Like they always take me differently, I feel, you know? I don't know what it is. It's weird, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, so he was like, yeah, and we could do a shoe and the deal and that and this and that. And I was like, fuck, like, let's do this. You know? Like, later on down the line, we went on some trips and shit, but they hooked me up with Kai, the shoe designer.
Kai Baker, he used to work at Audio.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's when we created this.
Nice.
So, like, I drew up this blueprint of, like, because, like, I draw and shit all my life, you know? So I drew up this blueprint, and everything has a purpose. Like, everything on this shoe, like, I made the sole super thick. Me, Andrew Reynolds, and Mikey Taylor, actually. We were all at the park one day.
Okay.
And we had a pair of Mikey Taylor shoe, and like an old pair. We got a razor blade, sliced it in half, sliced a Circa in half, and sliced like a Drew shoe in half, you know. And we like looked at the bottom and kind of like checked how thick the sole was to the ground, you know.
Yeah.
And like Drew's was like nice and like just they looked like walking on pillows.
He's got fat soles.
Yeah,
on his shoes.
I was like, wow, I want that. like they were so thick and it looked like you could jump off a fucking 3-story building. Like, not bruise or hurt anything. And then Mikey's was kind of like in between, and then the shoe that we cut at a Circa was like super low and thin, you know, like super feel, you know, but it was like shit, like that's so thin.
Yeah.
So I like aimed for in between Drew and Mikey's shoe. So like the thickness of the midsole down there to take the impact, you know?
Right.
So you could jump with these shoes. Yeah. Like I put this stitching back kind of far so it doesn't tear, so it doesn't explode and make your shoe look like shit within a week, you know? Yeah. I put a material in the back. It's called like cat's tongue. Oh. So it's like, I remember...
It feels like almost like grip tape in a weird way.
Yeah, like I remember having a pair of like Dunks when I used to get Nikes that had this. It was like one pair had these. And it's like your foot could slide in, but it's like a material that has like claws. So like when your foot slides out, it like catches your
Sometimes
sock.
my heel slide. Let me feel this.
Yeah.
It actually feels like a cat's tongue.
I don't know what a cat's tongue feels like.
You know what?
It feels like
it kind of does. Larry licks my finger all the time.
It's really soft. You can kind of barely feel it, but when you put your foot in the shoe, like you know, like your foot's like locked and loaded.
That's important in a skate shoe for sure.
Yeah, it's like support. This is like all the shit I collaborated over years. You know, I've been skating forever. You know, so like this is all the shit that I wanted in a shoe. You know,
that's amazing.
So like when you put your foot in there, it's like fucking it like folds onto your foot and you're like locked in and ready to go.
I mean, not to mention it's a great looking shoe.
Thanks.
It's clean as hell. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I try to keep it real nice and basic. And
if Chris was wearing these, could he heel flip like you?
Of course.
You know what? Hey, to tell you the truth, I'm a heel flipper instead of a kick. I like doing heel flips.
Yes.
Kick flips never really, I could do them, but they never felt. Heel flips felt natural to me.
The heel flips have a great feel about them.
By the way, I wanted to talk about your heel flips.
I
think this wouldn't be a complete episode if we didn't talk about Neen's heel flip. No, because it was interesting, man. When the boss was here, you know, we were talking about his frontside flips.
Yeah.
You know, and I did a lot of nose grinds. You know, in my. I did a lot of nose grinds.
Okay.
And he was saying that he was like, I love it. I love that people know me for the frontside flip. It's like my superhero power.
Yeah,
it's like
X-Men power. He said.
Oh,
X-Men
definitely.
power. Like, it's like,
dude, that
it's
frontside flip gives me chills.
Dude, me too. Right? But it's like, Jamie Foy's got his front crook
pinched.
You got your heel flip. He's like. it's great. I want people to know, you know. And how do you feel about? Do you ever get over it where you're like, oh God, I just do too many heel flips, or do you accept it like he does? No, I never looked at it like he looked at it before.
I love it. It's like I could do like and whatever trick I want to do, and I do it. You know what I mean? And sometimes it gets me mad when people like are like, oh, all you do is heel flips, but it's like, no, I don't. Haven't you seen the clip right before this clip? Where, you know what I mean? Like, did you not notice that clip? You know? But so that part kind of gets me a little pissed off because I am a human being.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's like
I think it's the fact that you do heel flips so well. It's so unique that people just remember that.
It's like I've been doing heel flips all my life, you know, but I also do kick flips too, you know. And I think the thing is just like growing up skating these spots, everything's been kick flipped. So since I could heel flip, I'll heel flip it. You know what I mean? And I have no problem with it. I like it. Like I've been doing them all my life, and basically what happened was like I stood at the boss's house, like after Bigo and Doug's house. They had to move out and get a new spots.
Okay.
I had nowhere to go.
Right.
So the boss, he hit me up randomly, you know, and like he was like, hey, like I have a guest house. You could stay in my guest house while, you know, you figure things out, or like these guys get settled in.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck the boss's house.
You know, I'm gonna stay at the boss's house.
Yeah. So I stood at the boss's house. This is the big house with the skate park in the back.
You was telling us.
Yeah. So I was underneath in the little guest house for like
the one with the mushrooms,
a month or two. Yeah, with the mushrooms. Yeah. I watched that this morning. But basically, he was kind enough to bring me in, you know, under the wing.
Yeah.
And basically, we would skate in his backyard. You know, me and him would warm up. We would call it dojo training. You know? We would like do all our tricks down the 5, do all our tricks on the box, like the quarter press. Like it was just fun. Like me and the boss. You know, just
love it.
Good times. And like he would see my heel flips down the stairs, and he's like, "Hey, Neen," like he called me over. He's like, "You know that's your trick, right?" Like he's like, "Those heel flips, like you got to keep doing those. Like that's yours." You know what I mean? And like after he told me that, like I was just like, all right, fuck it. Like I'll just do them all the time. You know what I mean? Because it was like this is the boss telling you, like for sure that's the move. Like you got to do. Yeah. You know. And after that, it was like. It was on, like,
because he's known for his move. You know, it's work. You know, and I thought it was just a great like analogy. You know, that he used.
Well, it's crazy because sometimes, like, even myself, it's like I'll watch some people's parts and it'll be like the most amazing part with so many tricks in it. But it's like I don't like remember the tricks because I almost get lost with like the calculations. Like, was that switch flip into a front into like you know what I mean? I kind of get a little stumbled. You know, but then it's like that one after that one after that one. But then like you watch like a boss part and it's like just like the cleanest, most powerful frontside flip, and you're like, wow, like you'll remember that frontside flip will just keep playing in your head. You know what I mean? And I just think it's cool, you know, like
for sure.
The way you skate stairs, it's like very calculated. I feel like it's like a slow, like when you heel flip, it's not like it just goes really quick. It's like so controlled and slow. Like you just know every step, and then you just take it down the stairs.
Yeah, there are those ones. Like every now and again, I get like a crazy rocket mob one, you know, and like but like the funny part is I usually eat shit on those ones, like the crazy ones, and then when that slow one comes, it's like you automatically know, like you're like waiting for it, and it like slaps your feet, like pap, and you're just like, oh, there it is, like
there it is,
and you could almost ride away from that one on anything, like anything I've tried, and I've gotten that nice slow one. Like you just, it's like an ollie. You're like,
But you think about it like a lot, like you do front shoves like that down stuff. I feel like it shoves real slow. I love front shoves. Yeah, you do it really good.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, but you more have like a slower like shove. Too. Yeah,
it's like it's kind of like you gotta like really focus on the pop at that, like to get that slow one. You're like, snap it really hard. Like it's almost like if I did that heel flip flat ground, it probably wouldn't have flipped the whole way.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like it just goes. I don't know. It's weird. It's just I guess a stair jumping.
Yeah, for sure.
Technique of some sort. I don't know.
Well, sometimes if you flip so fast, you got all this time to you You get more time to concentrate, kind of like maybe when it's slower. I do my tray flips. When I do it down step, it's like it's really slow. It's different than on flat.
Yeah.
You just have a little snap and you kind of let it go and then
watch it.
Yeah.
And it's like, there it is. Boom.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's not a lot of people that do heel flips. Obviously, like the way you do them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just something that came over repetition of time, right?
Have you seen my heel flip, Kelly?
Only that one time. Only that one time in that one video.
Welcome to Hell video?
A Welcome to Hell video. You know, I was in Welcome to Hell, man. I did a heel flip off of a bump.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I drove by that today.
Oh, did you?
I took a photo and I was gonna.
I'm gonna go watch that.
Yeah,
when I get back
in the friends section.
Yes.
Heel flip off a bump, and all you know is one slide on the.
I'm gonna look for. I'm looking for that
first video I was ever in. You know.
Do people ever ask you like, how do you heel flip like that? That has to be a question that people ask.
They do for sure.
And that's something you say. It's like I mean, just learn over time.
Yeah, it's just like repetition. Like it's just like anything. If you do something a lot, like you get your own way of doing it, and you kind of like figure out like the method and technique of doing it, you know. And
of course, yeah,
that's how it works. You know, it's like I'm not trying to fucking kick out like that. That's just I have to kick out that way to flip my board, or else it ain't gonna flip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like it's something that grew out of like doing it a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. No, it's just like the fun. You know that question you get at demos?
Yeah.
You're like, how do you kickflip or how do you heel flip so high?
Yeah.
You're like, dude, it's just over time, man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's
hard to explain.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like you could show them how, and they're like, "Oh shit, you put your foot right there to heel flip," and it's like,
but everybody's different though.
Yeah.
You know, like I may put my heel at a different spot than you. You know?
Exactly.
It's like Jeremy Ray kick flips with his whole fucking. He looks like he's gonna heel.
He does everything with his whole foot.
I used to have that video, the starting point.
Oh, did
you know where it shows like how to kick flip and shit? It's like a heel flip. It's so sick.
Wait, he had a starting point for a
so
kickflip?
sick.
That must have
he had. It was a whole video of like.
Yeah, he did an entire
tricks.
video with Ty.
Yeah,
It was just him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
so
he's showing
sick.
people how to kickflip?
And it would be like a silhouette of a board, and it would have two shoes on it, and it would like be set up like we would call it Jeremy Ray style, you know, because it would be like the tip of the toe was hanging off the front of your board, and that's how
you probably made a lot of people quit skating. Like they couldn't fucking learn how to do it. Like
so confused.
You know,
Oh my God.
Jesus.
It's like fully squared off.
The boss kind of frontside flips like that.
Does he?
Swear, I've seen it. Like it's like very like his whole foot's on.
Interesting.
Sometimes
I'll have to-
I
I'll have
feel
to
like it's
keep an
kind
eye
of
out.
like
Yeah.
I think
didn't
he
really
has it
notice.
just so down that he
Yeah.
could kind of put it wherever, and
Right.
it still looks the same, you know.
Yeah.
But
Did you see that one Instagram? Someone put up like all the front, a lot of the frontside flips that he's done recently.
so sick.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Even like those random ones where he like just does it down like a 3-flat-3.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh, that one was even sicker than the biggest one he's ever done.
Dude,
it's just
yeah.
the style he's had over the years is.
I hope to see that frontside flip every time I see him skate.
I hope to see the heel flip every time. I
Yeah.
see you skate, bro. You know. I mean, we should wrap it up here. We've been talking for a while, but your Death Wish graphics.
Oh,
you
yeah,
draw
yeah. Uh-huh.
a lot of your own graphics.
Yeah, basically just Eric. This is also like when my ACL was torn.
Oh,
I had
okay.
nothing to do, you know.
Yeah.
So I talked to Eric. Well, actually, my first board was a graphic I drew, that creeper one with the ass cheeks through the blinds. Yeah,
But that wasn't the one they surprised you with, was it? No.
Well, they surprised me with a gang logo board,
Okay.
like my name.
Yep,
but
yep.
that was the second graphic. They weren't ready yet at that time. Like
How long
that
did it
was-
take you to master that ass right there? Is that, I mean, that's
From memory?
That's a
It
big
took-
booty.
Yeah, it took some time. That's definitely corn fed right there. You know what I mean? She ain't on no gluten free diet.
Right? Hey, but that's a great drawing.
Thank
man.
you.
Like, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Very
been drawing
detailed.
all my time, all my life. You know.
Yeah.
Eric just kind of came up to me and he so when I was on affiliate back in the day, the owner real quick bought me a computer for Christmas one time.
Wow.
Put Photoshop on there, got me a little drawing pad
Sick.
because he made the graphics for affiliate. So he knew I could draw. So
Okay.
he was like, "Hey, Neen, like you want to do some graphics too? Like help out, you know, whatever."
Wow.
And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to do some graphics." So I did a couple graphics for affiliate, like growing up.
Did he teach you how to use the Photoshop?
Yeah, he
thing,
taught
or-
me how to use Photoshop. Like basically, I have a drawing pad,
Right.
and it connects to my computer, and I could draw on it, and it draws onto the computer. And he gave me a template which is the same size and shape as a board.
Okay.
So I could just zoom in, zoom out, like draw straight onto there, and then like put it in layers.
But
he taught me everything.
Weird to like going from paper to like actually drawing on a pad? And
it's so mellow. Like you just put the computer in your face and your hands right here, and you just draw, but you just stare at the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's just like normal drawing, but
so
you're just staring
with this
at the
graphic,
computer.
you did this you drew that on the computer?
All of the graphics I've done have just been straight on the computer.
Oh, wow.
Like none of them have been like hand sketched on paper.
Some of those ones behind Kelly are.
Yeah, those are just like when I let my mind just kind of run loose.
I could see that.
There's a lot of detail in all these. Yeah,
like the ass cheeks was like something I planned. Like I wanted like a creeper to be looking at these ass cheeks. You know, it was like the Miss Parker kind of, you know, watering her fucking.
I think Raj might go hang that up in his room.
But yeah, the ones behind Kelly, they're more like my mind. You know, like that's like my style. It's just like completely wild. I just start at a little point and just kind of like let the point do its own thing. Yeah.
Do you draw anyone else's graphics or just yours?
I did a series for Death Wish, one series. After that, I've done a couple like one-offs and stuff. So like the colored one right behind Kelly right there, that one's like a one-off for myself. My name's like on the other side of the board.
Oh, okay.
And then I have a new one-off coming out in fall. That's actually my favorite one so far. Yeah. Each one's like my favorite one. Oh, I did a graphic for Element too. For
you did?
Sasha Daly, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, sick.
Like, yeah, one of his first professional boards. Like when they turned him pro, Cole Matthews hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to do a board for Sasha?"
That's amazing.
Because he saw like the ones I did for Death Wish, you know. So
I like them.
I made a board for them too, so it was pretty sick. I was like, "Oh, sick! I get to make one for my friend." Like, here you go.
Nice, dude.
Now, do you like, how long does it take you to do one graphic? Like,
it takes a while because
it looks like it. I mean, they're deep. I can't even believe you did that on a computer. First of all, you know,
that's like the hard part because like you like zoom in super far and close, and you're like, I like to draw really detailed stuff, so I'm just detailing and cleaning up and
color it on there too.
There. Yeah, I have to do it all in separate layers and everything.
Layers. I was gonna.
So I could fuck around with the colors. Like, if I didn't want his face to be green, I could make it blue or purple, whatever I want.
Right. So you must. I mean, some of those boards you could probably have like 30 layers. I mean, maybe not 30, but you know, a lot.
You try to keep it kind of low because like
it gets confusing.
It gets expensive too. You know what I mean?
Right, for printing and stuff.
Like because there's two ways to print. There's like one where they make the screens and it's like layer on layer, or there's
digital.
Like digital, where it's like three. Like you could see a digital graphic, and it looks kind of shitty because it's all like. It's like three primary colors, like blue, red, and yellow, and just like kind of all like dotted out. So it kind of looks fuzzy, you know? And I always like opt for the, for like the screens, you know, like the,
so it's like a legit screen print.
Like old school?
Yeah, even better.
Like silk screen?
Yeah. That's how they used to make the affiliate ones. Yeah. Were like that back in the day, just by hand too.
So sick.
Little mask on. Yeah, it was crazy.
I could draw like a stick figure. That's the extent.
That shit sells nowadays.
Should I draw it? Oh, maybe I should do my own chocolate graphic.
Fuck yeah,
do just a stick figure. Yeah, on a skateboard.
What's crazy is like almost the more simple, the better.
Maybe I should have like an art show. I should have an art show
just have stick figure.
No, just one stick figure
in the
drawing in the whole building.
Yeah, it'd be like the Mona Lisa.
You know, everybody would come because it's a fucking party. You know,
free booze.
It's Crob's art show with the one
Chris,
stick figure.
And you wouldn't go though because you don't party like that.
Yeah, but I would go and stand by my work of art.
By your one.
Yeah.
And explain it like a very deep,
oh my God,
long explanation.
I'd grab the microphone, set everybody down, tell everybody how I did it, you know.
What it means to
hand drawn, you know.
Thanks for coming out, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for, thanks for all the support.
But you've been writing for Altamont for a while now too.
Yeah, I have.
When that you said that Andrew hooked you up with that, or?
Yeah, Andrew hooked me up with that. It was I think it was when I was living with him.
Oh,
like
sick.
when I was in his guest house, he was just like, "Hey, Neen, what do you think about Altamont?" And I was like, "Fuck." So
well,
sick.
you're like the dude there now, and you've been repping it hard. And I know you little collections here and there. I think I've seen from you so far, but
I made a couple shirts for them too, like a couple months back. Yeah, they're awesome, man. They just kind of like redid the team and like redid all the product. Like the product's like really like fucking solid product. You know, like the denim, the pants, like they're like really, their attention to detail is super gnarly right now. So like it's like actual like quality goods. Like not like, oh, here's just some skate pants. Like enjoy.
Right. That don't
like,
even fit right.
Yeah, and like the tags are all jacked and ripped out. Like this is like leather tag, like just like
that's dope.
Buttery.
Neen, I know you're tired. It's past your bedtime, bro.
What time is
it? You really want to know? 10:45.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know how I'm going to drive
You
home.
might have to stay sitting on your bed for like 25 minutes, you know?
You might have to take my keys and not let me drive home.
But listen, man, I want to give you a little parting gift. We have a nice little 9 Club mug.
Oh, awesome.
This was drawn by Mark Appleyard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we put it on a mug.
That's awesome.
You know, if you ever want to, make us some 9 Club shit, we'll put it on a mug.
Yeah,
you know, some
dude.
Neen. But he drew that for us. That's me and Raj.
That's fucking sick. Thank you.
Kelly got asked out on that one.
But I also got a
he got a nice Mark Appleyard. Hey, it came out good though, right? The drawing on the
that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, the original's right behind you.
Drink my coffee out of this. Yeah.
Here's a nice little 9 Club shirt for you too.
Oh, thank
Size
you.
large, I take it.
Yeah, large or medium.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, maybe we could exchange it at the 9 Club store, right in the living room. This is great. Yeah, it's been fucking real, man. You're the man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Neen.
And your girl for the cookies.
Oh yeah, please. Tell little Sparks. We said.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
She'll be hyped.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you,
dude. No worries, brother. You're the man.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Williams.
Till next time.
Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, Shelton.
Shelton.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good name.
Shelton, Eugene Shelton Williams Jr.
That's a great name.
It's long.
No, but it's great.
Yeah,
I mean, listen,
cool.
Christopher Samuel Roberts.
I like that. That's
I
nice.
didn't know your middle name was Samuel.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking
Samuel's a solid middle
It's a good name. What about you, Raj?
Roger Allen Bagley.
Roger Allen Bagley. R-A-B.
That works together.
Kelly, let me guess. Kelly.
I feel like he's told us before.
I know.
I know.
Oh, I know what it is.
Almost said it.
I know what it is. It's Kelly Michael Hart.
Yeah. KMH.
KMH, CSR, RAB.
ESWJR.
Yes, sir.